There it is.
Good evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here, and I have my usual cohorts with me. We got Slotitup503.
What is up, everybody?
Lennon the Don down below, and our special guest tonight, Dave from Dave's Dungeon. Dave, welcome to the show, man. How you doing, sir?
What's up, guys?
Good, man. We
Go
are
Cats.
All three of us have been so excited to get you on this week.
I'm excited to be here, man.
This is one of those interviews we've been dying to do. So, we're gonna get all the dirt out. We're gonna expose you. It's just for the people in the audience who don't know who you are, just give them a real quick Dave's Dungeon breakdown.
Okay. Well, welcome to the dungeon. This is it. I've been doing a YouTube channel for like about 6 months now, and I've been a toy collector since the 1980s, comic collector since the 1980s. Took a break in there from both of them, but I'm back in both of them now, and just wanted to start a channel because I saw other people doing it. It seemed like something that would be fun to do. It seemed like something that I could do. So I just started filming, opening up pop shipments that I was getting, and then it kind of just developed into what it is now.
Nice. And that's quite the collect. How long did it take you just to build up what's behind you?
What's behind me here? This is maybe a tenth of my legends are right here, and then this is just a small sampling of the pops. But I've been on the Marvel Legends kick for maybe 3 years, I guess, and Funko Pops only a couple years, like 2 years. So not too long.
You got a ton.
I do have a few.
I said at one point I'd never collect the Funko Pop, and now I got like 130 of them. So, and that happened really fast. Like I woke up one morning and looked around, and I'm like, I guess we're Funko collectors, honey.
How many are Batman?
So
how many of those are Batman slots?
And Kim collects
58.
too, right?
58.
Kim does, yeah. I mean, it's kind of like there's the Dave collection, and then there's the Kim and Dave collection. It's not like she doesn't really have her own collection, but that's just me being greedy.
So how'd the whole thing with the cats in the intro start?
That's a good question. People just, in the first videos I was making, they would enter the picture, and people commented on they like seeing the cats in the videos, show us more cats. So I just kept introducing them, and then it kind of became a thing where I just have a different one in the intro each video. And it's, Carmelo, he's kind of the star, so he gets like every other video status, and then everyone else just fills in the spots.
So he's the Jimmy
so
of the cats.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jimmy. Go ahead, bud.
I said, so he's the Jimmy of the cats, is what you're telling us. He's the star.
Right.
See, my cats would never be held in that calm for that long. Our one cat, Noodles, if you pet him for a couple minutes, he wants the claws play. He's all excited. And the other cat, we just call her Fatty Fatty Fat Cat, and she just wants to lay down, and that's it.
They don't like being held, though.
Neither one
do. Pick them up.
They want to be petted all the time, but they do. Neither one likes to be held. But we saved both cats, so we don't know what happened to them. Like, we saved them both when they were young, so we don't know what kind of abuse they had.
Right.
But neither one really likes to be held, but they want to be right next to you.
That's
mine will let me hold her,
babies.
but no one else in the house can hold her. Like, I can hold the cat, but no one else. If they touch her, she like meows, and yeah, she doesn't want no part of it. But
yeah,
she's a princess.
Ours are kind of like that. I mean, they'll let Kim and I do anything to them, but yeah, other people not so much. So I think that's just just develops over time. If you got a certain kind of cat, they'll just bond with you really closely, you know. Well, some of our cats we've had for 15, 20 years, so
wow,
they're getting old.
And we got a fan question here for you. What's your favorite Looney Tunes character of all time there, Dave? From Brandon.
Okay, Brandon. Well, first of all, I hate these kind of questions because, you know,
I'm with you.
what's your favorite comic book? What's your favorite Marvel character? I don't know, hundreds of them, you know. No, but Looney Tunes, okay. That's a tough one, but I can't even. Is Porky Pig a Looney Tune?
Yeah.
Porky?
Yep.
That'd be my favorite. There's so many of them, and there's so many different companies. I get confused. I mean, I know my Disney stuff.
I can't even do a top 10 list. It's too stressful. I can't even pick 10 favorites, let alone one.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like, what's your favorite rock band of all time? What's your favorite musician? I don't know. There's, you know, where you want
it changes depending on the day, depending on the mood you're in, right?
That's definitely true. But yeah, anytime someone says, "Oh, that is my favorite movie," it's like, really? That is your absolute, you know, above everything else. That is your absolute single favorite movie. That's amazing because I have like 50 favorite movies. So, you know.
So, what's your favorite movie?
And you know, I do like the little video inserts you do on your channel too.
I do too.
I know what Gary's favorite movie is.
Movies.
You do.
What's that?
I said I know what Gary B's favorite movie is. He absolutely has a favorite movie.
Oh, 100%.
He watches it at least 3 times a day, every day of the week. So,
what's Schwarzenegger from the early '80s?
No.
Is that what we're talking about?
Carpenter's The Thing. I watch it 5-6 times a week.
I love that movie, bro. And then the way the sequel, they tied it in as a prequel, right? Like when the new one starts, it's actually that
was good too. But
because they show the axe on the wall, and when who's in the new one? Joel Edgerton. He walks in. There's the axe in the wall where they left it, and I love all that, man. It's great. Love that movie.
And, but you guys would never guess what my second favorite movie of all time is.
Well, I was thinking Conan right away. I was thinking
Conan the Barbarian.
Conan's great, but none of those are true Conan films because it's not really based on anything Robert E. Howard. It's actually Love Actually.
Love Actually?
I love that movie.
Get him, Dave.
That's fine, but second overall, all time?
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can watch it. Bill Nighy's hilarious. Just everything in that movie. You can't watch that movie and not feel good after. You can't.
He's on drugs right now.
And,
don't listen to anything he's saying right now, Dave.
And of course, the most quotable movie of all time, The Princess Bride.
That's a good one.
Okay, he might have sobered up a little bit.
That was sobered up there. Yeah. I was going to say Talladega Nights, but
that number 2 pick, I don't know, man. I do love Bill Nighy. Don't get me wrong, he's great, but
that movie,
Love Actually, is in my top 10.
So I don't know what it is, man. I love that film.
So, Dave, what do you think of the movie Rounders? Because that's honestly my favorite movie, but I love poker, so that's another one of my.
I love Rounders. I love it. Matt Damon was good for about a 10-year span. He did a lot of good stuff, and then he started getting, I don't know, he's not that good anymore. But there's a lot of great Damon films from 15, 20 years ago. Rounders is one of them, and then who's the co-star? Norton. Ed Norton in that movie is fantastic.
Malkovich is in it.
Malkovich is great. The cookie trick or whatever, the Oreo trick. Isn't that the giveaway?
What's the other guy? John Turturro. There's a lot of good people.
Yep. He's the one that gives him advice, like at the sauna and stuff.
He's the grinder.
The grinder, baby. Yep.
Yeah, I love it when they go out and they play in that undercover cops game and they realize everybody there is a cop. And great movie, man.
Yep. So, see, take that, Gary B.
Yeah, Gary B. and your Love Actually.
So what made you put that pop up to showcase, Dave?
Well, I was using it just to set the screen. It's just one that I bought yesterday. I got some.
Okay, I didn't know if there was some significance to it for you, and there was a reason it was there.
No, it's just Steamboat Mickey, the new Walmart art series.
That's cool.
grabbed a few of those.
And for someone that says they don't like editing, you have the most unique breakdown to how you approach your videos with your intro. Then you have you go for a bit, then you have an insert, then you go for a bit, and then you have the outro. But for someone that doesn't like editing, your videos have quite a little bit of editing in them with how they're organized.
He's got a friend. We'll just say that, right?
I got an ex-wife that does all that.
Oh, does she? She does a good job.
Yeah. My ex-wife she lives in Denver, and she does the editing bit for me. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. But to me, it's like every day I think about, I need more. I need some music. I need some graphics. I need something here in this intro. But it's just one of those things it keeps getting shoved aside. Like, I'll get to that. And then 6 months later, I still have no intro and no music.
You just need to be genuine, and that comes across in all your videos, man. The genuine nature of who you are comes across. That's what makes your channel so good.
And it's very apparent in your comments. That is one thing I've noticed. Like, I look at channels that have like a couple thousand, 2,000-3,000 subscribers, and I look at their comments, and they got like 8 comments, 9 comments. Dave's Dungeon. You look at his video 2 hours after a video is posted. That dude has got like 90 comments in there. And people just love interacting with you, dude. It's great.
Well, that's great. I guess like all 4 of us here at least have a goal of having a bigger channel someday, right? A lot of people that have YouTube channels just say, I'm doing it for fun. I don't care about the numbers. And I'm kind of halfway in between. I don't obsess about the numbers because I'll drive myself crazy. But do I want to have a bigger channel someday? Of course I do. And, subs are important to get monetized, and comments are great. I love interacting with everybody. But, I mean, we all know the bottom line is minutes viewed. How many eyeballs and for how many minutes.
Right.
That's what matters in the long run. So I'm just trying to build something with my audience so that maybe someday when I am bigger, I'll have this nice core group of supporters that I can always kind of have as my inner family, kind of have to lean on and support me. And hopefully someday we'll all have those, thousands of subs. That'd be nice.
And that's super important too. And I agree 100%, because one of the things that I like best about my channel, and I know it's the same for Jason and the same for Jimmy, is we have regulars that we interact with every video. And those are the people that sustain your channel. And just the people that are going to comment every day, and just are always there. And what's also great about that is, how many channels did I find through you when you found me and started commenting on my videos? Well, I went and checked out your channel, ended up loving it. And then I found Welsh Dragon Funko Hunter, who's great. The UK Funko Hunter kid, he's awesome. And you just, Mr. Awesome. And then you keep finding all these other channels you like, and then you get this endless rabbit hole. And then you keep finding all these other people that base grows in your comments. And, you go from 5 people that are always there to 15 people that are always there to 30 people that are always there. And it's a big deal to have that sustainability.
Oh, totally. And I agree with you on that. Like, if you like Gary B, I met you, and then that kind of opened my eyes to the comics thing. I don't know why it didn't hit me before. Like, oh, Funko Pop channels, action figure channels, Pokemon channels. It never crossed my mind. Oh, comic books. Of course, there's comic book channels. But you and Jason, and I think even JD were some of the first ones I found, and then I kind of met more of the comic community, but through you guys, the same way you've met Funko people through me. And I think that's a great thing. The more of that kind of thing we can get, the better it is for everyone. So,
oh, absolutely. Like, that's, like I said, like your fans, dude, like your people that comment in your videos, like ever since I started giving away those mystery boxes on your channel, dude, I've gotten so many of your people that watch your videos commenting on my videos now and interacting with me on a regular basis. It's awesome. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say those things have been a big hit, dude. Like 44 people went for that last month, so that's a pretty big number.
You do giveaways all the time, and you're giving. So,
it was my favorite thing in the mornings. Like, I would, first comment I would always see would be Dave, and it would say "Go Cats," and that was like that. I was like, my man, that's how my day started. I don't know if I was checking and something popped up, it would be Dave saying "Go Cats," and I was like, my man, every morning. And then we would kind of banter back a little bit, and that's kind of how we got to know each other a little bit. I guess started watching each other's channels. So, but Dave, I actually do have a question. I've always wanted to ask somebody this. So, like, we collect comic books, right? And we like to read them, and there's art and all that. What is it about Funko Pops that kind of draws you to them?
Good question. One I was not expecting, so I'm not prepared for that one.
That's all right.
I don't know what the deal is with Funko Pops, man. I mean, I bought my first one probably I said I've been collecting them for 2 years. I've been buying them for longer than that. I've been into it seriously for a couple of years. But I bought my first one probably 2015 or something, 2014, and I took it out of the box and I just had it sitting on my DVD player. It was just a decoration for the room. And then I'd buy a couple more, and pretty soon I had 10 of these things sitting around. And then I became aware that it was a hobby and that these were valuable. And it was like, okay, they're staying in the box from now on. So I don't know what it is about them that just like, the same thing. Why would you collect Legends? What is it about this Carnage figure that gets your juices going? I don't know. It just does.
Right.
It's a little cute Mickey Mouse. I don't know why I collect the things I do. It's what I'm drawn to, what makes me feel good. And I've always been I get into something, I get into it 150%. I lose my mind and I get really deep into it. The last thing I did before this was movies. I have like 7,000 DVDs. I'm the DVD guy. I'm anti-streaming. I hate the way it's all set up now. But movies were my thing for like 20 years. And I finally got out of that because basically between COVID and the movie industry the way it is now, they just kind of kicked me out. They're like, we're not going to sell you DVDs anymore. Stop. So, but yeah, no,
that's sad. Same with music, huh? Me and Jimmy were just talking about that.
Man.
Being able to go and buy CDs and just peruse the music aisle or movie aisle and be like, oh, I want that one and this one. That crap is gone. Those days are over. It sucks.
I know.
Even if you go to Best Buy now, it's all washing machines and computers and TVs. There's not those sections. Like I would go there just to look at movies for an hour and a half and just go through stuff. But then that's a whole thing with our kids' generations, man. They'll never experience that. Like you would go to those places and actually with your buddies hang out and talk about movies or even cassettes back in the day when I was buying way back then.
Yeah, now
Gary, come on, let's be honest. Way back when they didn't have music when you were around.
Gary had the record player that you had to do this,
right?
You know, to get to play.
I was on the first game show, and the grand prize was fire.
Well played, sir. Well played.
Second place was the wheel. You bring a wheel home.
I love it. No, but I always wondered that, Dave. Like, because like there is something that attracts me to Pops too. It's just one of those things that I've tried my best not to fall in that rabbit hole because I buy so many other things like trading cards and comic books, and I just don't have enough space for all the stuff that I would want to buy, I guess. But I always kind of wondered that, like on 10 questions, I've always wanted to ask somebody. I've always wanted to have a Pop person on so I could ask them that question, like, what is it about the Pop that attracts our eye to it? Because a lot of people love them. I don't know if it's because it's knick-knacky. And that was going to be actually my other question was, do you like take them out of the box and display them, or do you now solely keep them in the box?
Well, it's about, it's probably 99% they stay in the box. I only take them out if it's something I really like and I want to have it displayed nearby, or I'll pick up two of something so I can keep one in and one out. But I don't do that very often. But it's not just Pops. It's kind of like you said. It's kind of knick-knacky. It's the cutesy factor. It's the collectible factor. But you guys have heard of Funko sodas. These things are huge now.
Right.
This is a thing called Soup Troop. They're these little mystery deals. You don't know what you're going to get. Funko mystery minis. There's so many different products, different sizes, and all the different fandoms, of course, for every single size. So it's
everything.
It's mind-boggling.
Now,
how
when
much
did
stuff there is out there.
storage become a problem for you?
When will it become a problem, or has it become a problem?
Or has it? Yeah, 'cause I know just being a comic collector, storage is enough of a problem as that is. I can't imagine, because you can't just shove those in a box and file them, especially with the different sizes.
I never do this on my downloads, but if I'm ever live, sometimes I give the behind the scenes deal here. So I'll show you what a wreck this room is. This is when you come in. I'll just do point of view. You come in. Here's where I do my intros right here, and then here's the rest of the room.
Wow.
And this is just one room. That's where Kim and I do our videos over there, and then I do my videos over here. But
that's what I imagine Slot's room looks like.
It's getting there, dude. Like, I need a whole nother shelf to display this. Dude, like, me and Dave could be brothers, basically, because, like, ask my wife, when I go into stores, the first department I go to every time is the toy department. And I am 44 years old. I go straight to the toy department. And I'll buy random action figures. And what was that?
What's that? Oh, so I got you by 4 years. I'm 48, so
you're my older brother.
I run the toy department first too.
Every time.
It's good to know none of us ever grew out of it.
That's just about it. Yeah, that's the truth.
You got to stay young at heart. That's part of it.
Kim and I
went to a few Walmart stuff. Why bother?
Right. Well, Kim and I went to a few Walmarts this morning, and she would go to the grocery, and I'd be her off and head to the toy section, just like always.
That's exactly what I do.
And then she comes and finds me.
That's my other part that I wanted to ask you about Pops. Now, Jimmy's asked you about Pops, and I think part of the thing with Pops is the same as it is with comics. It's the thrill of the hunt when you're out looking for something specific. I mean, do you still get juiced up when you're out looking for that one special one, that one you're chasing?
Well, yeah. I mean, I pretty much my whole collecting philosophy, I guess you could call it. It's not a philosophy. What the hell am I talking about? But my whole the way I go about it, I don't like the whole pre-order thing. It's like this right here is a Walmart exclusive Venom from this new Mech Strike, right? And I could have went on Walmart a month ago and pre-ordered it, and it would have showed up or whatever. But I wanted to go out and find them, and I went to maybe 6 different Walmarts. I saw him at one. So I mean, it's satisfying to go, oh, I found them and pick one up.
Did you get it in Stillwater, just out of curiosity?
We didn't go to Stillwater today, no. I got him in Brooklyn Center, and then before that, I got him down in Brooklyn Park. And this is the construction worker Deadpool.
That vision
so it's
video.
It's fun to go out and score like that, as opposed to just having them, pre-ordered and shipped to you. That just is kind of boring to me. So I avoid that when I can.
That vision video you had was crazy. Finding a whole box of them.
I know.
You can't even find them here at all.
I didn't see them anywhere else. That one
Walmart's everywhere. Can't find them.
No, I only saw them at that one. That's what I'm saying. You have to go. You can go to 10 different Walmarts, and one might have the Deadpool exclusive, one might have the Venom exclusive, and then one's going to have that Vision you're talking about. But you don't know which one is going to get what. So.
And then you got to hope the box isn't banged up by another customer that picked it up and threw it back down.
That too.
Right. And make sure every time, like, I don't know about you guys' Walmarts and stuff and like Targets and stuff, but every time I go to the toy aisle, like the collectible aisle, it looks literally like a tornado's gone through there.
Oh yeah.
One of the things around here, I guess not around here, but close to us anyway, Cincinnati's close to me, and the baseball team, they did those bobbleheads for a long time, and those things became like insanely valuable because there were so few of them, and you had to be like one of the first 500 people to get to the stadium to get them. And there's a King Griffey Jr. that's like crazy valuable. Do you? That's kind of in the vein of the Funko Pop. Do you do any of the bobblehead stuff, or is it primarily just like the Funkos? And
well, it's interesting. Like Funko as a company, they used to have these things called wacky wobblers, which is basically a traditional bobblehead where it's scaled properly. the Funko Pop, the whole thing about him is the big heads, which is based on some sort of a Japanese, I don't know the name, I don't know the term, but there's some sort of Japanese art that's based on oversized heads. So that's where this whole Funko Pop idea came from. But it started with wacky wobblers, and that's going back to the 80s, 90s when what you're talking about, bobbleheads were everywhere. I mean, the Minnesota Twins, Minnesota Vikings, every sports team I think has put out bobbleheads. So they don't really tie in any way. I mean, I don't know. I haven't come across anybody who like collects bobbleheads. I see the wacky wobblers from time to time, but that's interesting because I haven't really. I mean, you go to the mall and there's like the sports stores where they have the autographed jerseys and all the autographed merch. That kind of a store is where you could probably get some vintage bobbleheads, I guess. But not something I've looked into though.
Well, there's just a lot of guys that I know around here that are really big sports memorabilia collectors. And those bobbleheads, I have a few, just because I was at the game and they happened to be giving them away, and I would get there early because I like autographs. So I would get there early and go down and get autographs from the players, and I'd end up with one of these bobbleheads. But there's a Ken Griffey Jr. one that is like insane as far as value-wise because they only gave out like 100 of them, and it was gold, and that thing's worth it's worth stupid money.
Like 10,000 plus, or?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, like just stupid. And so I always find that interesting. Like what, like with the Funkos, is there a Funko that you're chasing right now? Like, is there a grail for you?
Again, this gets back to that favorite movie question because
yeah, there's a bunch.
There's a bunch. Right now we're just trying to finish one set. We're trying to finish our retro toys set, and there's like 6 that we're missing, and one of those is like $80. For me, $80 is a lot for a pop. If I spend $80 on a pop, that's going to be like a grail for me. But I mean, just like that Ken Griffey one you're talking about, there's pops that go for 10,000 plus, 15,000 plus, the limited ones, which really, like I'm a collector and I have a lot, but I don't have any individual pops that are worth much more than maybe 100, 120. That's kind of my ceiling right now. So, oh no, I take that back. Can you guys see this Carnage back here? This Blacklight Carnage? That pop's worth about $400. Oh, this guy's in the way. It's worth about $400. I'm gonna get it out because this is all gonna come crashing down. Whoa! I had to reorganize that anyway, so.
Right.
But this Carnage here is like about
his room. Oh, that's
about
nice.
$400 right now.
What?
Yeah, and like 4 months ago, you could have had them for $50. So, this is just having to do with the movie. You guys know all about spec, and
oh yeah,
that's what. So just the Venom 2 movie has put this thing into the like I said, $400 range. So that's pretty crazy.
Jimmy asked that question, Nick.
I did, Nick. I'm sorry, Dave.
Oh,
he was going to
right.
reorganize. I helped him out. I don't know what y'all are talking about.
Yeah, that's right.
So
I've been meaning to do that.
Is if you have any custom pop figures that you had made, or you just like the ones that are pre-made?
I'm not really big into the customs. It doesn't do much for me. I mean, I can respect them and say, hey, that looks really cool, but it's not something I'm going to go out and pay money for personally.
Now, have you done anything like, I know with Jimmy and Jason, they can speak more to this than I can, so I'm going to float it over to them in a second, but they've sent pops away to get a video made and have it signed and get a video response back. What is that called, gents?
A V-shout.
No, is that
I
something
know what you're talking about?
Oh. But you don't, do you
I know
have
what you're talking about.
Now?
I don't know anything about it, like how to do it or what companies do it. Or doesn't $7 a pop do that? They have a
$7 does some of that. Zobi Productions is the one that I think.
Oh yeah, Zobi.
Yeah, that's where you get the V-shout from. So you don't care about autographs or anything. You just like the pops themselves.
Yeah, I'm not a big autograph guy. I mean, it's just not. It either does something for you or it doesn't. You know what I mean? And autographs just don't do much for me, just personally. I like seeing them, and I like seeing other people's stuff, but it's not just like the custom things. It's not something I would go out and seek. You know what I mean?
They have to be big like they have to be someone that's been real, influential in my life, like in my collecting. Someone I really, really like for it to be big. So you live in Minnesota now. What's weird is you basically live miles from where I lived when I lived in Minnesota, and I live miles from where you lived in Oregon. How long did you live in Oregon?
20 years.
Dang.
Yeah.
20 years. Yep. And how long have you been in Minnesota now?
2.
Do you like it better in Minnesota, or do you miss Oregon?
I miss the outdoors of Oregon. I miss the rivers and the ocean and the climate. But everything I had going on personally for the last decade there was pretty much negative. So I don't miss that. So yeah, I miss the weather big time. And you're just going out. People here talk about we're going to the lake, and a lake is dirty. Okay, an Oregon River is clean. I don't want to go get in a lake. I want to get in a river.
Yeah.
So I miss
the mosquitoes that. The mosquitoes should be the state bird in Minnesota. Let me tell you, unless you got a boat, it sucks by the water in Minnesota during the summer. That's what I found anyway.
Well, they're damn near the size of a bird. So
they are. They will pick your ass up and fly away with you.
Yeah.
The only place I've ever been where it's been like that was in Georgia one time, in like South Georgia, like southern Georgia, and there were mosquitoes everywhere. Like they were just, you could see them. They were just flying around everywhere. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah, if I'm trying to relax outside and I'm out in the garage in my chair, just when everything's getting peaceful, I'll hear just, because one's buzzing nearby, and it's like, fucking get off me.
Yeah, it's not just bzzz. It's like you see like a black cloud coming toward you. It's like
right.
They're bad out there during the summer. And they must like me or something because they chased me down, man. I was getting eaten alive.
Not a fan.
Now you
and then
right?
JD, I was born in Kentucky, right?
No, I didn't realize that.
Oh,
yeah, that's the whole Go Cats thing. That's
so that's where I thought you saw the UK behind me. It was just like being friendly and saying "Go Cats." Where were you born in Kentucky?
Louisville.
Well, that's no good. You should have kept that to yourself.
I see that.
But you got a red shirt on, bro. You got a red shirt on. What are you talking about?
It's the Flash.
I'm not.
You will see no U of L on this body. You will L's down.
Red.
It's L's down. No. So Louisville. Are you a Louisville fan?
I like them both, man. I can't lie.
We can't be friends, Dave. This is the end of this here. I'm sorry.
But listen, my mom went to U of L. My dad went to UK. They met working at Sears. So I can't talk bad about one or the other.
I knew that. Yes, I did know that. You and I have had that conversation. Yes, I just forgot. Yeah. So, okay, I'll let you have that.
But, you have that, Jimmy says.
I'll let you have that one. Normally if you're like my cousin is my first cousin's like my little brother. He went to U of L, went to medical school at U of L. So he and I have this, rivalry. Basically, whoever wins the basketball game each year, the loser has to buy the tickets for the next season, tickets and dinner. And so we have a big, and Louisville is like, we say L's down all the time. They're our biggest rival. But no, I mean, look, it's Dave. I love Dave, so I'm going to have to give him a pass. I love Dave.
And besides, I can't forget about, was it 1994? Wildcats against my Minnesota Golden Gophers. That Final Four, I think. And Ron Mercer came out on a bad ankle and sank 2 free throws. I don't know if you remember that, but
oh yeah,
that made me very upset, very mad. But also, when Christian Laettner hit that turnaround, I hate Duke. Okay, I've always hated Duke, and I'm sorry I brought it up. But when he hit that turnaround, I went running out of the house, screaming down the block. Okay, I was so upset. Laettner hit the
DJ Links, such a troll. No, Dave and I are back to being friends because I realized we both hate Duke, and we all hate Duke worse than we do Louisville, so it's fine. Right here, Dave. Hug, like screen hug, right there. I'm with you.
Now, you cook for a living too, right? You're a chef or a cook or a...
Yeah, I would not use the term chef. I would use the term cook. But
is there anything?
It's what do you call it? A greasy spoon diner type of deal with a bar attached. But the menu is like your classic diner menu. You know, breakfast, hot roast beef sandwich. You know, easy stuff.
I love hot roast beef. Now, does the collecting and the job overlay in any way? Is there anything that you collect that's related to the job?
No.
Pounds.
Yeah.
Pounds.
The job,
that's what he collects.
The job is a necessary evil. I wish the job didn't have to exist.
Right.
It just does. I gotta make money.
Damn jobs. Corporate overlords making us work.
Exactly.
See, he was picking on us earlier because Jimmy and I are away from home all the time working, and you know he's walking around and chilling, having his coffee, giving the kids some Benadryl so they take a nap, and he's chilling and relaxing and watching YouTube at home.
Listen, I couldn't do Slotitup's job.
Yeah,
I couldn't do your job, Slot. I'd blow that house up.
Yeah,
I would set it on fire. I couldn't do it.
I don't have that kind of patience.
Yeah, me neither.
Dave, that's funny because I went to school for culinary I went to school for culinary management. I like to cook as well, but yeah, it's like when I moved out of Las Vegas when I lived there, I realized that like they don't want to pay you what I was making in Vegas anywhere else. Like,
oh yeah,
it's night and day difference.
Well, it'd be hard if you're used to making a certain amount and then all of a sudden you got to do the same work for less. Yeah, that's
it's
hard.
tough. And then when I moved back to Oregon, I don't know when you lived here, but Oregon has gone up in price to live. Like it's catching up to California prices.
Now,
so all those Californians moving up.
Mm-hmm. Wanted to ask you about your haul videos. So I always see you guys, Arcade Pop, you guys are doing haul videos in the stores. Do they stop you when you're doing that, or are places? Do you have to kind of film on the sly, or is it just they don't really care?
Like when we're filming out in the shops, like a hunt video.
Yeah.
I go to all the same places. I'm trying to discover new ones as much as I can, but the places that I've been to dozens of times, I pretty much know what their stance is by now. So there's like certain game stops where I just know I don't even try because I'm going to get yelled at. So I just don't even bother. But other places, you know, every now and then you'll get some uppity employee who thinks they got to get in your business when they don't. It's not even their job to talk to you about that, but they feel like talking to you anyway. But it's no big deal. I mean, I usually just say, you know, I'll say I'll stop filming, wait for him to walk around the corner, and I'll start again. So no big deal.
So
but
DJ
no,
asked,
they're pretty
what's
cool.
What's your favorite thing to cook, Dave?
Favorite thing to cook? Like at work or if I was at home? Because that's different. I guess just breakfast.
That's pretty vague.
The what?
Probably at home. We'll say at home.
Yeah, I guess either way, I thought about it for a second. And if it's breakfast related, I mean, you know, French toast, eggs any kind of way you want them, omelets. I can do all that stuff, you know. So breakfast in general, I guess.
Good choice. Now I'm starving.
I cook a mean steak though too. I know my medium rare and my medium well. I can cook you a mean steak too. So,
how do you like your steak?
Medium rare.
That's my man right there.
Yep.
Oh,
there we go. Okay, we had to get a cat in the video here at some point, Dave.
He wandered too close, so I picked him up.
Nice.
Now, that was another question I had. How many times have the cats knocked down part of your collection where you guys had to reorganize it all? Because cats are mischievous.
They're pretty good about that. I don't know. I don't know if it's because they remember me freaking out in the past when they did something like that, so they behave now.
I would love to see a Dave freak out if he gets up and everything's knocked over by the cats.
I tell you what they do more than anything though is they mess with the camera. I'll be doing an upload and they'll creep right up by it, and I'll just be waiting for them to knock it over. and they're pretty good about that too. But they make me nervous a lot.
Well, I had a cat that would come into my office, and it would every time it would hop up on my desk, and then it would lay on my keyboard on my computer. That's where it wanted to go. I don't know if it was warm or something, or the hum. I don't know what it was, but that's where it went every single time.
Yep.
Kendra does that. Kendra gets on my laptop all the time, so yeah, that's definitely a problem.
Mine loves my desk right by my computer. Like when I first got her, she used to sit here right in front of my screen and watch whatever it is I was doing on the computer. Just sit there and stare at it. So she loves it.
See, our one cat, fatty fat cat. She's when she's tired, she tries to herd all of us to bed. She wants to get in bed and sleep at someone's feet, and she'll just go around and start meowing at you, and then try to push you because she wants someone to go to bed. And it's like she's just mean about it. She'll meow, she'll push, and she'll keep doing it until eventually someone's. It doesn't matter if you're not going to bed for hours. No, every time you get up and go anywhere, she's right by you trying to herd you back to a bed somewhere.
They're smart animals, I tell you.
Well, and she's funny because when we first got her, like I said, we saved the cats. She hid for a week in our basement because we don't know what happened to her. So she did a complete turnaround from hiding and not wanting human contact at all to she won't. When I get home, that cat is glued to me. She won't leave me alone. I had to shut this door just to keep her out so I could talk to you guys.
Well, her previous owners were probably assholes, and then they got saved by you, and so of course she's gonna, return the love.
Well, and
that's the way I look at it.
I'm a sucker. If I love something, I feed it. I feed things. So of course,
we've never been fed by him, Jimmy.
Huh?
Jimmy and I have never been fed by Gary, so I don't know. I'm just saying.
Let's just
maybe he doesn't love you.
There's a movie called Thinner. I'm going to send it to both of them. Just kidding.
Slot, that was so mean. That was so mean. Gary B cut to the core.
No, Dave, you don't know how mean we are to each other in our chat all the time. We pick on each other relentless. Mostly it's me and Slot picking on Jimmy, though.
I got a guy over.
What we do is to try to get him laughing at his job, where it's inappropriate for him to be laughing when he's there.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I got a buddy over in England named Wayne Deacon that I met through YouTube. And we do the same thing. We just go back and forth. If you just read what we wrote to each other, you would think we hated each other, but we're just having fun.
If you used to see some of the things that I put in Jimmy's face on, you would think that I hated him. But if you'd like to see some, Dave, I can send them to you.
I was going to say, if you be nice to him, he'll send them to you.
You don't even have to be nice. We'll just send them to you anyway. They're fun to share.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a whole collection of them.
Gary, weren't you going to ask me something? You said you were saving it for the live. Or did you already ask me that?
I'm old. I don't remember anymore. That was what? That was 43 minutes ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I Gary doesn't even remember his name half the time, Dave.
Have you seen my pills?
Gary says he's never done a drug in his life, but just look at him now.
Look at him.
I never have.
Look at him.
Look at him, people.
I am unfortunately.
You never have?
No, I'm unfortunately ugly. That's just how I was born.
You've never done a drug. You've never done a drug. You haven't even a little toke?
Nope.
Never?
Never.
There's not a day in the last 25 years that I haven't toked.
That's okay.
So, little opposite.
It was funny because, I used to drink with my buddies back in the day, but they were always, and I told the story before to them, but we'd all go out to a concert and I would be the only person somebody would approach and try to buy something off of. I'm like, I'm the only person you shouldn't be approaching.
Got the look.
Yeah, look at him. I mean, come on. He could be in Half Baked. He could be in Dazed and Confused. He could be a character in all those shows. All right. Say it, Gary. Come on.
All right.
Oh, come on. That was a hillbilly Matthew McConaughey.
That's right. That was
there.
That's because you made me watch some BS country video earlier.
You know, you got to say it. Gotta love these high school girls. I get older, they stay the same age.
It's a good movie. That's a pretty good movie.
Great
Joint? Be a lot cooler if you did.
And I'm the one getting picked on.
Yep. Livin.
Sleeping Collectibles. How's it going, buddy? Thank you for coming in. Welsh, too. Freaky Louie. We got just great people in tonight. And
so, Dave, are you going to make it to C2E2 by chance?
Since I don't know what that is, probably not.
Well, let's educate him right now, Slot, because Dave needs to come.
You do definitely need to come. After this live stream, it's a comic book con. It's a collectible and entertainment. I think it's like collectible entertainment. I don't know what it stands for, but it stands for fun. And there's going to be a lot of us YouTubers, a lot of people. It's in Chicago. And I know a couple other people that live in Minnesota that they live in Wisconsin. They're going to drive there because it's within driving distance. And it's in December, so it's in the cold weather, but it's like a 3-day event in Chicago, and it's going to be great. There's going to be a ton of us there. And if I'm coming to Chicago and I'm that close to Dave, you got to come.
Yeah, Dave's got to come.
No, I'll give you my RSVP right now. I will be there.
Awesome. Yeah, look it up. It's called C2E2. We've already booked our rooms. I'm going to be booking my flights probably next week. So
it's like 5 hours away for us. So that's a 5-hour drive.
Nice.
So
you can get those cool convention pops.
What's that, Gary?
Said you can get those cool convention pops there too.
Well, there you go. Yeah, that'd be awesome. A lot of cool pops. Yeah, I've been wanting to go to something like Jimmy Don.
That's right. You can meet me, Dave. I mean, you know, what more could you want?
Hell with those pops. Get a hug from
Jimmy Don.
I want to get Jimmy autograph pictures to hand out to people when he's there.
Oh God! I just know I'm gonna come into town. And there's gonna be a billboard of me getting jimmied on some billboard.
Jason, why haven't we rented that out?
If we can just get like a few bucks from everybody in the community, dude, we could totally rent out a billboard in Chicago and put Jimmy's face on something funny. Me too. And I'm not lying.
Yeah, me either.
I will kill you all.
He's lying. That would tickle him to no end. He'd live the rest of his life going to tell everybody how he's been on a billboard besides Kentucky. That
honestly, I wouldn't care. Raise some money, put me on a billboard. Now I need to have some creative control over what you put up there.
Nope.
Yeah, no, because you don't know what they do, Dave. You don't know what they put my face on. So there has to be some kind of creative. Like I have to have some approval. It can't be, me getting spanked like Superman. It can't be that.
See, we combine on ideas, and then
he chips in. How many people are in already? Guarantee you. Hashtag put Jimmy's face on a billboard.
Do you know who I am? I'm the Don. I'm Lennon. Put me up on a billboard, baby. That's where I belong.
Oh man! See, the wheels are already turning.
Oh boy!
Well, just remember, depending on how bad it is, I will reciprocate.
Payback's a bitch.
People in Kentucky like, honey, didn't we buy a house from that guy?
We got jimmied.
Yeah, you just got jimmied. Sounds like I'm about to get jimmied.
So, JD, you sell real estate?
No, I own a mortgage company, and I own a real estate investment company too. But yeah, it's I deal in the real estate game.
Because Jimmy has our addresses already, so we can only do so much to him, and he knows where we are.
Oh yeah, 100%. I know what towns you live in. I can find your billboard companies, and I won't just put up one.
I won't just put up one. He'll rent them out all through the town.
Yep.
Jimmy's all in.
Yep. Yeah. Sleeping Collectibles. It is called Getting Jimmy. That's a Gary B creation that I've just kind of ran with. You just got jimmied.
And we've made some pretty good "you just got Jimmy" memes out of it too.
Yeah, they have, Dave. They pick on me, Dave. I mean, like, you need to talk to them. Don't watch their videos. Don't comment. Don't do anything. They're mean to me. Dave, that Venom is pretty awesome right there.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a Blu-ray box. It came with a figure.
That's pretty cool.
Oh,
I can't do this backwards. There we go.
I can't either.
That.
It's tough. Like just getting the pointing down was hard enough for us when we're streaming and trying to point to the right.
Oh yeah, when you're doing like like the
it's
Brady
a whole
Bunch.
learning curve.
Like earlier, I was trying to put your sticker on my hat before the show, and I had to actually take my hat off and put it on it because I couldn't. I was all trying to put it on wrong.
Oh, you got my logo on your hat?
Yeah, put a sticker
there we
on
go.
there.
Yeah, the StreamYard logo is right over the top of your head.
Here we go.
Locking it up.
There we go.
Hey, there we go. Nice.
Yes, sir. Slot, I think you need that Batman pop. Do you have that?
I have that Batman pop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's why I put it up there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I got you on my
Nice.
this is my top-down deal that I film on.
It's an honor to be next to Randy Moss. Let me tell you.
There you go.
He grew up about half an hour from here. Randy Moss did, and then played at Marshall.
Yep,
Nice.
Marshall. Yep.
Which
And
is
then
about
Florida
45
State.
minutes from here. Mm-hmm.
Florida State kicked him out. I know that. And then the Vikings picked him.
Yeah, we
What
won't
was it
talk
he
about
said?
the Vikings.
Straight cash, homie.
Dave and his Seahawks hat over there. We won't talk about the Vikings.
Well, the only reason people ask me if I'm a Seahawks fan all the time, and to be honest, I mean, you probably see me in this hat more than any other hat because it's comfortable. You just find a hat that you like.
Oh yeah,
And
I get it.
This is just the hat that I feel most comfortable in, and I like the colors. That's why I bought it originally, because of the colors. But
See
I
that?
like
I like
the
that
Seahawks.
Blazer hat you wear every so often, or that Oregon hat. Those are both my
I like
favorite.
that Oregon
ones.
hat. Yeah, I'm breaking that one in. So Gary, you can't remember that important question you were going to ask me.
I'm
didn't
sure
wanna-
I already asked it.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure I did. But dude, Jimmy is tough. So
I know.
That Deadpool pop looks like an Elton John Deadpool.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Slot went next level. I love it.
He did. He's having a high school flashback.
Oh, he went next level. I'm so happy right now.
That's
That's why
true.
Gary can't remember, folks.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one in this room.
Oh, that's awesome.
I know. Jimmy, you and I are right around the corner, buddy. 1 year older.
Oh, I know, man. I'll be, in July. I'll be 46 years old, people.
Are you guys, Gary? How old are you?
I'll be 51 in 3 weeks.
Okay, so you got me by 3 years. I'm older than those two. Those young bucks up on top there.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm the young one of the bunch, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. And look at you.
I don't feel so bad now for being the most immature one. I'm young. I deserve to be immature.
Oh.
So yeah, I
When
collect a lot
July
of
the
different
3rd,
stuff.
Nick.
Actually, I got this yesterday.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Battle Cat.
They've been these have been really
Oh,
hard to
that's
find,
painful.
and now all of a sudden they're everywhere. So I just grabbed one before they
Well,
disappear again.
The new Kevin Smith Netflix show coming out. Did you watch the trailer? It released, I think, today?
Yeah.
What? I'm not up on that either. I'm not up on new things. I'm really not. I should be, but
It's
I didn't even
basically
know
a
it like that.
continuation of the 80s cartoon. It's not a new spin-off. It's basically Kevin Smith said, I'm going to take off from where they left off in the 80s, and we're going to go from there. And it's got the voice of Mark Hamill as Skeletor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you're talking about Kevin Smith is doing a Masters of the Universe show?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I did not know that.
You got to watch
amazing.
the trailer. It looks like it just started from the last show.
It's
the
awesome.
So like when He-Man lands, he lands and does this thing.
Yep.
Or he looks both ways. Remember He-Man would always do that?
Oh yeah.
Couldn't make a decision without checking both ways.
Got to know what's surroundings, dude. Can't take action till you got your land surveyed.
Right.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I watched I watched it today. I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes because of that trailer I watched today. And like in the very first episode, like a comet's coming down and He-Man jumps up in the air and like grabs the comet and wrestles it in the air. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
Hey, but that cartoon is better than the movie. I'm sorry. That what is it, Dolph Lundgren, right? Dolph Lundgren movie. Oh man.
I like that movie.
So
it's a
bad.
good guilty pleasure.
It was still decent.
Even
just
for
like
a bad
Howard
movie,
the Duck, right?
Bad. It's way worse than that.
Yeah,
it is. One of the first post-credit scenes too, when Frank Langella coming up as Skeletor out of the lava.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how many? Wasn't there like 4 characters in the whole movie? Like Skeletor, He-Man, Man-at-Arms.
No, they had the battle. They had the Ram Man was in it, wasn't he? Was it the Beast Man in it?
I thought there was like 4 or 5. I don't know. It's a bad, terrible movie. It was made by Canon Pictures, but everything Canon made was terrible. I mean, JD, you remember Superman 4, right? With Nuclear Man.
Yep.
That was Canon Pictures too.
Yeah, I know.
Same terrible movie company.
I need to go watch that again. Though it's been a long time since I watched He-Man. Like when we get off here, I may go find it and watch it.
It's on Amazon.
Right.
Is it?
It's a good guilty pleasure movie to me. I enjoy it. But the thing with that, during that time period, they couldn't ever make a true adaptation of everything. They had to bring everything to the modern age, or bring it to Earth, which always ruined it. They couldn't just leave it in its own place.
I think with that movie, the key problem was Canon's bank account. That was the problem with that movie. I mean, they got the rights, and then they had to make the movie, but they didn't have the money to put into it to make a good movie. So you got what you got.
Did you ever watch the Canon documentary on Netflix? Those guys were making it up on the fly with everything they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at Richard Pryor and Superman. It's obvious they were making it up on the fly.
Hey, part 3, I love Superman 3, even though the ending is terrible. But Superman 4 is just Superman 4 has a new level of crappiness. I mean,
yeah, it really does.
Gene Hackman is in it. John Cryer's in it. Mark Pillow plays Nuclear Man. That movie's just, I mean, they have a battle at the foot of the Statue of Liberty, and you can just see that it's made out of, plastic or whatever. It's just so bad.
Well, that was bad. That was the days. I mean, I loved the Dukes of Hazzard growing up, and when I watch it now, you can totally tell it's like this cardboard cutout of a car that 2 guys are shaking back and forth like this to make it look like it's moving in front of a screen. I mean, it looks cheesy as hell, but as a kid, I thought they were flying through the back roads.
Yeah. Hey, and we still love it. I'm not saying I don't. I mean, all that 80s stuff is great, but a few things just are almost too bad. Or they're almost just like, it hurts the eyes. But I just watched a John Carpenter film 2 nights ago, Jason. Let me know if you've seen this one. You probably have, but they remade it. They remade it like 20 years later. Assault on Precinct 13.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
No, I haven't.
The original is I would have thought it'd be better because it's a John Carpenter movie, but it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. You should give it a watch and let me know what you think. 'Cause I'm a John Carpenter guy too, and I was just like, oh man.
Well, he didn't always have a budget to make movies either.
That was the problem with this one. Yeah.
And you can even see that in one of his best movies, because you have like The Thing where he had all this money because it was a big movie from a studio, and then he made Big Trouble in Little China, which didn't have anything for effects really. You got a guy in a rubber monster suit and he jumps out and you see the rubber feet bouncing like this with the claws.
But that was a great movie. That's
Yeah,
like
it was.
if I have to,
is.
it's high up there for me on my list of favorite movies. I mean, Jack Burton to me is like an iconic character.
He is, and he's not the hero of the movie, and everybody always mistakes that. And so it's so great, but it's fun to see some of those old movies when the budget's not there, and you're like, all right, the studio gave him money for this one, and it looks great. He made this on his own, and you can tell.
Yep. That's like your Conan picture, man. I'm sorry. That snake transformation scene, that just kills me every time. I just cover my eyes. I just can't.
Oh,
I can't
when
handle
his face elongates?
No, when he turns into the snake at the end.
They keep cutting away and cutting back, and it's a different model and a different.
Right. That whole scene, I'm just like, but it's iconic. It is iconic. You can't argue with that.
Yeah.
And speaking of toys, I actually bought the Conan figures from that movie because it's the only figure. I bought the Thulsa Doom one, and I don't think there's any other figure out there that has a James Earl Jones face on it. I think that's the only one that exists.
I saw those figures. Yeah, those look really nice.
But I mean, that's kind of. I think it's going to be kind of iconic because, you have all these other actors, their faces are on everything, and James Earl Jones was mostly his voice in a lot of stuff. Like he's Darth Vader, but you don't see James Earl Jones' face, but you do on Thulsa Doom.
Yep.
With that excellent straightened hair that they had back in the day too, right? Just long straight locks.
Yep. Awful.
So, is there something that you've just recently started collecting, Dave, that you've added to, like another rabbit hole that you've gone down? Because you got Funkos and like all the different kinds of Funkos. But is there anything in particular that you just recently started collecting?
Well, I mean, I just showed you. I just got into these again, only maybe a month and a half ago. That's just a childhood thing, just reaching out to grab me. And then, see if I can grab one here. I'm really into these now.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
They're just impossible to find. And that's like one of the big things with these G.I. Joe classifieds is you cannot find them anywhere. And so they've released like 28 of them. I have 6 or 7 of them. I'm just picking them up when I can. Where
I've seen a couple of them.
Such a resurgence.
Well, that's something that I know. That's something that like is calling me.
Me too.
To get those G.I. Joe classified figures, and I'm trying my best to hold off. But in my LCS, they have a Snake Eyes and a Storm Shadow.
Oh!
Every time I go in there, I'm like,
how much do they want for them, Jimmy?
I want to say they're like $50 each or something like that. They've got them marked up. I'm not sure, but it's I want them. So yep, there you go.
Damn.
Well, that's because his movie's coming out soon. The trailer was pretty good for it.
It was really good. I love Snake Eyes. I love G.I. Joe. Storm Shadow is actually my favorite, though. I like Snake Eyes, but Storm Shadow is a badass.
I love Storm Shadow.
Yeah, Snake and Storm Shadow both, man. I just remember back like 1987, 1988. I have my massive G.I. Joe 3 3/4 collection. I have my Marvel G.I. Joe book coming out. And so it was just between those two things, I was just immersed in that world, man. I was just like like those early G.I. Joe comics where they're doing the backstory of Storm Shadow and backstory of Snake Eyes, and I just love that stuff, man. Awesome.
There's a YouTube channel that plays G.I. Joe, on a 24-hour loop. I watch it all the time.
Me too.
They play G.I. Joe on a loop?
It's a YouTube channel all the time.
Yep. I watched an episode today, actually. My favorite G.I. Joe is the main part of the show. You'll never guess. Shipwreck, baby. He's the best show.
No, sometimes at lunch I'll turn it on.
Yeah, because I had the figures, the comics, and the cartoon. I forgot about the cartoon. But yeah, that 3-headed monster, man. Just G.I. Joe all the time back then. I had the G.I. Joe collection, and I was also heavily into Star Wars and Transformers. Those were the days, man, back when toys were like $3, $4.
Right. Do you still have any of your original toys in your collection?
I have 2 coffee cans, old metal coffee cans, full of 3 3/4 inch Joes. That's about it. Everything else I sold. Garage sale style. When I was 15 years old, 16 years old, I sold so much stuff. Makes me sick thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's my kind of side hobby right now, is just when I'm bored, I have all my 3 3/4 figures, and I've been taking them and getting them and cleaning them up, and putting new bands in them, and and doing that kind of thing. And then I've got a display case in here where I've been setting them up. I bet I've got 150 figures in there, that I had as a kid. Yeah, I got a ton of them.
Well, when you get
go
done,
and buy all the little the guns and stuff for them, you still have all that?
I still have them. Yeah, I still have a lot of that stuff
too. Yeah,
I still have a lot of it, and so I kind of match them up. There's a whole website that you can go on for GI Joes, and it shows you what gun goes with what figure. Yeah, and so that's one of the things I do, just kind of on the side, just as a hobby.
You got to make a video of that.
Say, JD, you do. When you get done doing that, and when you're still bored, let me know. I'll send you 2 coffee cans full of old Joes. You can clean them up, put new rubber bands on them, send them back to me. You
got it, brother. I would do that for you. But no, it's because I've watched a ton of YouTube videos of how they clean them, and all the different things. So I kind of do that. And I try to keep everything original. There's some where the screws get rusted so bad that you just can't even get them back in.
The screws get rusty, don't they?
Yeah, they get real rusty. And you can clean those with alcohol. You let it soak for a period of time, then you can scrub it off. And so I try to keep it all original, but I clean them up and and then just, kind of set them on the stands and set them in this little case in here. But I have
nice.
Yeah.
You got a little Jerry the Jitterbug in you in restoration.
I may, but not like Jerry that does though, man. That guy does some high level stuff. Like, it's crazy what he's doing.
What was that thing? What was that thing he did where he soaked it in like a solution and it looked like the whole thing broke up, but then it didn't? It was like,
I know. I was like,
what the hell was that?
I got to try to get Jerry on the show. I don't know if he'll show his face, but I really want to sit down and talk with Jerry too.
Me too. Like my guest list for this show, it was Dave. Like, I wanted to meet Dave, and then I want to meet Jerry. Like, I want to meet Jerry the Jitterbug. Like, that channel fascinates me.
I've been wanting to do something with Dave for a long time. I've reached out to him like months ago, and just scheduling conflicts and stuff, and finally, the
Godfather had to reach out.
I know. Exactly.
Well,
he had an offer Dave couldn't refuse.
They kept messaging me, asking me how someone gets Slot to stop messaging them, and I didn't really have an answer for them. I said, look, just come on. Maybe we'll get them to leave you alone. Don't get the restraining order just yet. That might be a step too far. We'll work on it.
That's funny.
Jerry B.
I'm really happy to be on here tonight, man. Like I said, I like it when the comics and the toys kind of meet.
Well, I view it as one community. It's just a collectibles community.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So somebody asked that question.
Want to separate.
Somebody asked that question earlier, Gary. Do you think there are more pop collectors or more comic book collectors?
I think there's more collectors that are doing both now than anything.
I do too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I even have a few pops.
Are you doing the collectible swap again, Dave? Just out of curiosity.
Yeah, I am. I sound really excited, don't I? No. The last one was my first one, and
mine too.
I'm not. I mean, the whole idea with that is everybody supporting each other, right? That's the whole point. And I didn't exactly feel that, but I'm going to give it another shot. I mean, I watched all 79 videos. I'm not lying. I watched 79 out of 79, and I commented on every single one. Now, out of the 79, guess how many watched my video?
I did.
Yeah. It's probably less than 15. So I was a little disappointed in that, like, really? All right.
Well, that one was more pop centric. Like, I think Slot had the idea of trying to do one comic book, with the comic channels. which I think would be fun. But I got some really cool pops, like, but I'm not like I got a Hellboy pop that I'm going to send off. And what's the guy that was in Sons of Anarchy, and played Hellboy? Ron Perlman, thank you. I'm going to send it off and get his autograph. Yeah, do a V-Chat with him. I got that John Barenthal Punisher pop. I'm going to send that off and get that autograph by him. But yeah, like it was fun. Like in one sense, it was fun. I think I picked up some subs, and I watched a bunch of the videos. I can't say I watched all 79, but I watched several.
Yeah, I didn't watch them all. I watched several too, and some of them were like 40 minutes. It's like, holy cow.
One was over an hour. There was one was over an hour, and the guy that sent the box had to have spent a couple $100 because I added it. I kind of added it up as she was opening it. I think it was just the guy had her name, wanted to impress her, so he overdid it. But I thought we weren't supposed to do that. You know what I mean?
Right.
We were told 75. So you got a crush on a girl, you want to spend $200.
But I got Comic Book Poser. And I know he's got kids, and I watch his channel all the time. So I figured I would send him a box, and then his kids a box. Yeah. So
that's different, though, man. This is more of a. I think Homeboy wanted to impress this girl. Okay, so he spent.
I think I had the quickest video.
Gary B, how was your box?
Huh?
How was your box, Gary B?
I think I had the quickest video.
It was I got a good box, and I thought the box I sent, which I didn't send out, like I don't know, I thought like I took the rules to heart, right? Like something from your state, so I sent a bottle of bourbon. Something from something from your hometown, and I sent a sweatshirt for our high school. So something for our hometown, and then I sent a couple of pops, and some different things. And Matt seemed to like it, and I started watching his channel. He's a pretty interesting guy. But as far, my box was cool though. Whoever Mama Kiki Bears who sent mine, and she did really good. It was a good box.
She's awesome. I like her a lot.
Yeah. Yep, I like mine as well. I got a Brett the Hitman Heart Pop, the excellence of execution, and that's literally my favorite wrestler of all time. And how the person that got me, they had no idea. They had no way to know that, but they nailed it. Somehow.
Did you watch the Brett the Hitman Hart biography the other night on A&E? It was so good.
Yeah, I did not catch that. What was that biography on who?
On A&E. It was on Brett the Hitman Hart. Every Sunday night they're doing a different wrestler. They profile a different wrestler, and then the show that comes on after it is them hunting down memorabilia from these wrestlers over the years, like some of their most iconic memorabilia. And that show, poor Amy is in misery. She's like, "Oh my God, do we have to watch this?" I'm like, "Yes, we're watching this." So she knows all about Brett the Hitman Hart because we just watched it.
Nice.
So before we start doing our wrap up here, because we've been going about 1:15, I wanted to ask you, because you're obviously a collector, you do a lot of the hunt, but give us one of your fondest memories of collecting.
Fondest memories?
One of your fondest memories.
Like
the day was just, it was great. Everything went. You got what you wanted. You were with the right people. Whatever it is.
Well, my favorite memory of like my whole life of collecting in comic books and that whole deal, right? I'd have to go back to like 1989 when I met Stan Lee and he autographed a book for me. That one just stands out because I'm sure that's a lot of people's favorite moment if they met Stan Lee and got an autograph. But this was before the MCU and before any of that, right? 89. So this was when I think comic books were kind of in a lull, maybe towards the end of the late 80s. So meeting him then wasn't like meeting him 5 years ago. You know what I mean? It was a much smaller deal. But I did meet him in person in Roseville, Minnesota at a Schindler's Comic Books, and he autographed what I have, Peter Parker, the Amazing, or what's that old comic? Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yep.
Number 179, I think, is what he autographed. I still have it. It's in a long box back there.
That's great to meet Stan Lee. But see, I've always been into comics, so Stan Lee's always been a big deal.
Right. But in the last 15 years, though, with the MCU,
yeah, he's become like an icon.
Yeah, him being on Big Bang Theory and all that kind of stuff. You know, he became like you said, like a god-like figure, basically. But yeah, back then, not nearly as big of a deal, but it still means a lot to me, you know.
Hey, with me too. I mean, you get to meet Stan the Man. How can you? And he's so charismatic. I can imagine it was just wild, just being in his presence for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Especially
cool.
back then when he was a lot younger and still very bombastic.
Yeah, I don't have a great memory of actually face to face with him. I have a memory of the day, and I've looked at the book hundreds of times since, but I don't have too many memories like of, you know, being face to face with him. I know I was. I just don't. I don't have it in the old memory slot up there. Too much other stuff.
It goes quick once you hit, you know, a certain age.
Yeah,
Just
you
starts.
and Jimmy are getting there. Dave and I are already there.
Yeah, it clicks off for me pretty quick anymore.
Right? Yeah.
Oh goodness. But,
Especially when you're into the kind of stuff we're into, and it's like so many names and numbers and pronouns and issue number and this and that. And there's a lot of information.
especially with the how big the history of comics is. I mean, just think about the history of Pops in 20 years.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
They've come a long way.
You know, I
Only
mean, that's
been,
already got a big history, and they've been out for only about 20 years now or less, Pops?
The company has, but I mean, they didn't start making Funko Pops until I want to say 2012, 2013, maybe 2011, somewhere in there when they started these. And then they went into overdrive probably 4 or 5 years ago. You know, I guess that's when they went public too. You can buy Funko stock. So.
And chasing those too is a lot like comics, because for us, you're collecting all these variants from all these different stores and companies and comic shops that have their own variants. And now Pops are crazy like that. We know where this outlet has this Pop that's exclusive to them, and Hot Topic has their exclusive, and Target has their exclusive. And
Yep.
I mean, it must drive you nuts sometimes.
Well, yeah, I mean, when you get into Funko, you know, on a serious basis, there's like this learning curve where you're finding out all these different things you weren't even aware existed. Like a lot of the stuff you're talking about. Like when I first started collecting, if I got this Pop and I'd look on the back, I'd be like, oh, there's 6 other ones to get. I'll go get these 6. Not realizing there's 4 exclusives they're not showing you on here.
Right.
And a convention Pop they're not showing you on here. And
Or
it's all really hard to find valuable stuff. This is just the common, you know, everyday stuff. If you want the good stuff, you have to know who's having it, where it's dropping, when it's dropping, all that stuff. So, and as you've learned tonight, I'm not the guy to ask, hey, what's coming out next week, or what's dropping this Tuesday, or what. I'm not the guy to ask on that stuff because I don't keep up on it. I can't. So I just do mine the old-fashioned way. What I hear and dribs and drabs, and oh, that sounds good. I'll go after that. You know, but I'm not up on everything that's coming up.
Do you collect the music Pops, Dave?
A few.
Yeah, that's like my favorite. That's like if I was going to collect Pops, that's what I want, are the music Pops. Like I have the Metallica set.
That's
and
awesome.
then, yeah, and then DJ sent me an AOK, the Run DMC set. And like that could totally set me off into to Never Neverland, as Metallica would say. Of just buying all these music Pops. Like it literally, like I have some autograph, like I have a Charlie Sheen Wild Thing autograph Funko Pop. I have a Ralph Macchio autograph Funko Pop. Johnny Lawrence, what's his name? Help me out, Slot. What's Johnny Lawrence's real name? Anyway, I have an autograph Pop from him. You know, like that's
the Cobra Kai guy.
Yeah, Cobra Kai. What is his name? William Zabaka.
William Zabaka. There you go.
Yeah, and Sting, and you know, so like I have these random things, but I like the autographs. Like I like chasing these autographs of people that I really like.
You said you have the 4 Metallica guys. Do you have the Lady Justice Pop?
I do. Yeah, I have the Lady of Justice and the 4 Metallica guys, and then the Run DMC. That's kind of the start of it, but it could get stupid because I really want like the Biggie Smalls. I think Slot got it, like that Biggie Small. I would love to have that one. And then they've got Easy E, NWA. I'd love to have that one.
Get him, Jimmy. The music pops. Like I started with Batman. Now I've got like Prince and B Rabbit from 8 Mile. I've got Easy E, Tupac, Ice Cube. I've got multiple Biggie pops. Yeah. Wu-Tang pops.
That's nice.
I'm easy. I got my Conan. I got my Red Sonja.
He was out.
I just need to get a Spider-Woman now, and I'm good.
That Conan O'Brien you got too, I thought was pretty funny. I forget what box that was from, but I thought
the
that was
comic
pretty
chest.
Funny. Yeah. I thought that was pretty clever.
Now, Jimmy,
there's like
did you
30
know
Conan O'Brien pops? Yeah, there's like 30 or 35 of those, believe it or not. I don't know why.
But a Dave Letterman. Now that I would be into. I used to stay
I don't know.
every night
been
and watch them.
Yeah, there haven't been any other night talk show hosts, just that Conan series. But these are the albums they're doing too. I know you see on my channel, I'm giving these away every month now, and they keep coming out with new ones. I think there's 9 of these now, 9 different ones.
The News to the World one's cool. Great. The Queen one.
The Queen one is good. They've got
the Queen one's awesome.
They got My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, they got 2 AC/DC ones.
Yep.
Lincoln Park. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig those. I just love the music pops. I think they're cool.
Now,
they've only released like 200 of them, so you only got 200 to collect, JD.
I just got like 192 more to go, or 193 more to go.
Right.
That ain't bad.
Problem.
I can do it.
That's one row of pops on Dave's wall. Come on.
That's right. That's right. After what I just saw, good Lord, I'm just gonna come to Dave's, go shopping.
There you go.
They're coming out with Superman sodas, Jimmy.
I've seen a few of those. The Superman soda. They have a Superman already, don't they, Dave? Like a Superman soda pop.
They got one. They got one so far.
Yeah, and then they're coming out with an Action Comics one. Pop.
Oh yeah, they're doing those like these, but it's like a comic book.
Yeah,
a hard shell.
Ooh,
that's gonna be sweet.
Yeah,
I've already pre-ordered one
of those actually.
And then they also did one of these in this style. They just released the Seinfeld set. I don't know if you guys knew that, but you guys remember a Seinfeld episode where there was a painting and it was a painting of Kramer? They called it the Kramer.
Yep.
There's one of these of that painting. And then Kramer standing in front of it, and it's called
hilarious.
See, that's awesome.
We saw one at Target yesterday, and the cardboard was all ripped. Otherwise, I would have bought it. But I
was in there the other day buying something, and a guy was buying the whole set of them. He did like you did that day. He just picked up the whole thing and walked up and bought them all.
Of the Kramer ones?
I didn't get to see him. He just had a whole thing, and it was all Seinfeld ones.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah, I only bought 2 of those Vision. I should have bought more. Because I figured I would see them. I figured I would see them somewhere else, but...
Now, do you do NECAs too? NECA figures?
Don't own any NECAs. I don't own any yet, but no.
I'm not a big toy guy, but that's my next buy. The McCready NECA.
Oh.
From
there you go.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet.
They're really cool. They're really cool. They're they're $30, so they're a little pricier.
I've got a few of them. Yeah, I've got a few of them. I've got the ones from what is it? They Live, The Creep Show, The Predator. Yeah, a bunch of other horror movie ones.
I got to get the Roddy one.
I have the Roddy one.
And the couple ones did too with the two faces.
Yep.
See, look, Dave's thinking now. The wheels are turning.
Yep.
I thought I had my They Live DVD right here. I was going to grab it, but it's somewhere else.
Right, and
such a good movie.
And some of those Carpenter movies, like The Fog, I had to buy that off eBay because it's not available digital anywhere, and I had to. And I still buy it both ways if it's a movie I love because I love all the special features, like on a Blu-ray. Like I will sit there and listen to every single commentary. I don't know if you're like that with them.
Absolutely.
And the John Carpenter's The Thing has like 3 different commentaries, and it's amazing.
Yeah, you don't get that stuff anymore. That was the big thing with DVDs, was all the menus and the different options and stuff. It's over, man. It's a new age. Everything is streamed through the air. It's all streaming right now.
We'll get them eventually with different audio tracks that you can select. I just don't think they've got it yet.
But just think, when the world comes to an end or nuclear Armageddon kicks in, the stuff won't work anymore. There will be no HBO Max. There will be no Disney Plus. I'll be sitting down in my basement watching movies, though. So, hey, I'm good.
We're all going to Dave's.
I can survive the Armageddon. I've got enough here to watch to last me a while. So
I've still got quite a few raw copies of stuff here too. I haven't gotten rid of most of it.
Yeah, the last Blockbuster's not in Oregon. It's in Minnesota. It's in Dave's house.
That was a great video, dude. I had fun watching that, man.
It was fun going.
Except for the fire damage. That was brought back bad memories.
Yeah, I went through Detroit Lake and all that, as opposed to like going through Portland and up that way through the so it was bad. I didn't realize how bad it was.
And I'm surprised you didn't buy a t-shirt. You're the t-shirt guy. You went to Blockbuster and you didn't go home with a t-shirt.
I have limits, Gary. I have limits. They wanted like $30 or $40 for a t-shirt.
Did they really?
Yes. I am not trying to pay
$20. Yeah, I wouldn't have bought a t-shirt for that price either. Like it could sit right there.
Dude, the hats were $17 themselves. Just the hats.
Hey, I can't let this. I can't let this go tonight. Before we finish up, remind me to bring something up before we completely. I'll just go ahead and do it now. Did you see Gary B's video the other day with the tank top on, showing the guns?
Oh my
God!
If
you guys haven't seen that video,
I was melting.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the Gary B in a tank top video, you guys need to just leave this stream right now and go check it out.
I look like an old guy in a tank top.
Gary says he's hot, but he was doing this right here. He was saying, "You see this comic book?"
I know he was flexing his. He was flexing his gun. I seen that too.
Check this out right here.
We
lost Dave. We lost Dave.
None of that happened, but
it did happen. If you want me to take a screenshot of it and post it on Instagram, put a 1 into chat right now.
He's like, look.
If you want it posted on Instagram of Gary B's guns, his Conan arms, 1 in the chat.
All I did was talk. I didn't do any posing.
We'll see about that. I see a couple 1s.
It was kind of weird, at the end he just went,
"Oh, look at the chat."
Right, yeah. Hi, I'm Franz, and I am Hans. See, that's the skit we should do, Jason. Hans and Franz.
We're here to pump you up.
Yeah, we're here to pump you up. Fleshy little skin bag. Uno.
Started talking about Gary B in a tank top, and Dave's like,
"Yeah, just bailed." He said, "That's enough of that."
So now I can never be comfortable in a video again. Now I can't wear one if it's 90 degrees out.
My job is done.
Right?
My job is done.
Yeah, he's gonna be in his closet. I'm gonna wear it. No, I'm not.
No, I can't. Jimmy will make fun of me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in like a full sweatshirt from now on, even in 90-degree weather.
I know, I'm burning up myself.
Dave, did Gary B in a tank top scare you away?
He had to go throw up a little bit. He wanted to do it off cam.
I don't know what happened. We all froze, and then nothing was happening. So I rebooted it. I guess I don't know. I'm back.
Don't lie. He legit stopped what he was doing, went and watched Gary B in a tank top, and was like, "Let's."
It's hilarious that Jimmy brought that up because when I was watching that video, I go, "Look at Gary B flexing the little guns there."
Yeah,
I didn't flex anything. I was talking.
I am telling you, guys go watch that video. You can screenshot it yourselves.
You cannot show a comic book like this and go like that and tell me you're not flexing.
Never. I don't.
This comic right here.
Dave,
This is the greatest cover ever.
Dave knows.
I got 0 to flex.
Like this.
Yes, just like that, Dave.
Jimmy is desperate for something to pick on me about.
I am, and I found it.
Thank you, Top. Someone's talking sense here in the comments.
I can't believe Gary B's not a member of the Burke fam. Team No Sleeves.
Team No Sleeves. I said.
I know, right?
Well, you know what? I'm never going no sleeves again. You ruined it. I can never be comfortable in the heat. Now you're just going to see me sweating on the verge of passing out in the videos. Look at it. In this comic, I got.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Yes,
sorry.
thank you, Nick. Gary is getting jimmied.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting jimmied.
Listen, if you, I mean, I say this all the time, but if you knew what he did to me on a daily basis, you would know this is deserved.
It's funny because it's true.
Yes.
Just like I'm going to go get a screenshot of Gary B flexing after this live stream.
100%.
Because I'm not flexing in any of that, so it'll be fine.
Gary, if you don't know.
Wait till you see this, Gary. Because I can see, I even was like, God damn, you can even see the little, yeah. Wait, Gary, you wait. That's funny. Jimmy brought it up.
I'm skinny. I'm not.
I know.
I used to weigh, believe it or not, I used to weigh 240 pounds. I lost over 80 pounds.
Damn.
So I'd flex too. Absolutely. Go shirtless.
Right? No wonder you were flexing.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It makes sense now. Gary was like, I lost all this weight. Look at this comic.
It's not true, Dave, but they need this, and I'm going to let them have it.
Yeah. We appreciate it, Gary B. And I'm sorry, Dave, that you have to be here for it. This is what our group chat is like all the time.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
We're really mean
to each
other in like the best friends kind of way. You could be mean to each other.
And Gary doesn't put his Gary. You make it hard. You're gonna make it hard for me at least because none of your thumbnails have your actual picture on there. So I'm gonna have to click on all these videos to find the one. How many videos was it back, Jimmy? Do you remember?
This one or two. It was pretty recent. It was this week.
Okay.
I think it was the AOK video. Is that right?
I have no idea. I don't keep track of what I wear in videos. I don't have a catalog.
Whatever.
2 fantastic AOKs. Let's see if this is it. Hold on. No, he's not wearing one in that. Okay. I'll find it, Gary. You wait.
They probably
be after the stream, but it's getting found.
Oh, I've seen the video you're talking about.
Nick, that comment's not getting posted, so. Now you see, I wore a tank top on.
There it is. I found it. I found the video. Now I just gotta play it out until I find that pose.
He's so happy right now.
Oh, so much fun.
And you're gonna look at it and go, "Oh yeah, he's not flexing." He's just an old guy in a tank top.
I will bet you $100 to 1 that there is a picture comes over of you flexing.
It won't be me flexing. It'll just be skinny Gary with no more.
Not only will it be Gary flex, I get.
There it is.
Hold on, I'm not even gotten there yet, but you guys wait. Gary, you want to make me big?
Me talking. I'm holding the comic.
Hold on.
Look, did you see how he was flexing out there? You saw it, Dave. Dave knows.
Hold on. Don't worry. I'm going to screenshot the hell out of this.
All right, here we go. Up. There you go. Have your fun.
It's not a short video, folks. Oh, it is. It's 3 minutes and 52 seconds, I guess.
Yep. No flexing going on.
Hold on. Let's see it.
Oh, look!
Oh,
look! Right there! Did you see it? Did you see it?
I'm setting a big
Look at that!
Look at that!
100% flexing.
That is
setting it down like this.
Oh, hold on! He's gonna do it again.
That is an old guy in a tank top. That is. I'm never wearing one again ever. You ruined them for me.
What are you talking about? Your next AOK, I'm gonna put a bunch of tank tops in there.
Right. Now look, that just looks like an old skinny dude. That's all that looks like.
Don't worry, I'm gonna doctor it up, Gary.
Yep.
All right. Now, Jimmy, Now we need a new phrase. It's not just getting Jimmy. Now we need something when you get Jason.
Oh yeah, we'll find something. Fear not.
Yeah, we got to think of a phrase when he memes you.
Get
Oh
slotted.
yeah, absolutely.
Like you just
You've been
just got
slotted
jeans.
for sure.
I just got jeans.
That's
Been slotted.
fantastic.
All right, get
Oh
Dave
my
back
God,
over
look
here.
at
Get me
James
out of
really
here.
making fun of me here. Like he's
Get Dave back over in the hot seat. Get me out of here. I'm burning up in this sweater. I need a tank top.
right. So, Dave, these were my former friends, and we had a good run.
Yeah, it was the usual suspects. Now it's just the suspect.
Right? No, but you know what? I can't even pick on him. I got it coming because I pick on him all the time. And this all started because I didn't accept Jason's country singer today.
That's right.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'll listen to country music. That's fine. If they have country music pops, you bet your ass I'm buying them. Give me a Hank Williams Jr. pop any day.
This started out.
That would be an icon.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Good call.
Now you see, Dave, this whole show started out as an interview series, and now each episode, as it's gone on, is turned into more and more of Jason and Jimmy trying to dig stuff up on Gary.
and
I got to think of a new show because every week I get buried a little bit more, and I'm not going to be able to get myself out of it soon.
Gary's a good sport, though. He gives it.
Well,
as
I
good
got
as
a thumbnail coming up
for
for the next show.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, that's okay. I run the show, so you can't post it.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
I love it. All right, boys, I have to go. I could sit here and talk to Dave and make fun of Gary all night, but I really got to go.
Me too. I got the usual. It's 10 after 11. I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning. So, Dave
understands that, I'm
three of
sure.
us for coming on the show. We really appreciate it, but we wanted to sit down and talk with you. And we'll start. How we do the ending, Dave, is we'll start up top with Jimmy, then Jason. I'll say goodbye, and then you get to lead us out as the guest.
Okay.
All right. So
You just got Jimmy'd, Gary B.
I did. Jason?
You were just slotted, Gary B.
Oh, it sounds so dirty. Keep it casual. Dave, it's on you.
Anybody that's still left, thank you for watching tonight. Thank you for sitting in on this episode of The Usual Suspects with these three weirdos right here. Hashtag grow together, go cats, hashtag slotted up people, hashtag dungeon faithful. I'm out.
Love it.
And goodbye. Awkward ending, guys. Here we go.
There.